If you want to see what's inside the Disney Villains and Colourpop PR collection, packaging, swatches, looks, and my thoughts, then please keep on watching. Hello my friends, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking. My name's Alicia and Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional that loves beauty. If you want to check out all my movement adventures, you can head over to my Instagram. If you do live in MIC and want to check out my class schedule, workshop details, all that could be found on my website. But first of all, timestamps down below. Secondly, this was a purely collector's purchase. I really didn't care if some of the products were gonna suck. It's Colourpop and that rarely happens. Some products do perform better than others for sure, but all across the board they've been pretty consistent. And I just wanted this for the packaging. I wanted this, for the boxes inside. This is limited edition. Again, I just needed this in my life. And if you like Alicia, that's great. I just need to check out some of the products. I have my eye on a couple. Can you help me out in deciding which lip gloss I should buy? Which Super Shock highlighter I should buy? Is the eyeshadow palette worth it? We're gonna get into all that today, friends. Swatches, product details, some looks, and despite my enthusiasm, I will share my thoughts on the quality of the products if you're thinking about grabbing something. Not the whole thing. Maybe just one thing. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to look inside? Yes, you do. Oh my god. Ooh, here it is. Can you see? This is it, friends. The whole PR kit. This is a limited edition PR kit that retails for $249. I know that's very expensive, and I already knew I was going to get it, so I don't want to get into, oh, that was stupid. I don't care. I wanted it in my life, and that's that. So this is how we're gonna tackle this. We'll go over each villain's kit, get into the eyeshadow looks, and wrap up with my final thoughts in the end. Again, timestamps will be down below. If there's any specific villain you want to skip over to, that time will be down below so you can skip over, okay? But just, don't you love the box? It has all the designs that represents each villain, and I think it is just so cool. Like, there's Ursula's shell where she steals Ariel's voice from. I don't like the Dalmatian paws. The Dalmatian paws are a little sad, I'm sorry. Cruella is like the worst. Now, on the Colourpop website, you get the individual kit, but the individual kit only includes the gloss, lipstick, and the Super Shock highlighter. If you want the Jelly Much shadow, you'll have to purchase this separately. Before we roll into the individual villain kit, let's go over product details as they are the same for all the products in the PR kits. The Jelly Much shadows retail for $8 and they weigh in at 6.5 grams or 0.23 ounces each. The Luxe Cream lipstick retails for $8. It weighs in at 3.5 grams or 0.12 ounces each. The Ultra Glossy Lip retails for $7, weighs in at 3 grams or 0.11 ounces. The Super Shock highlighter retails for $10, weighs in at 4.2 grams or 0.15 ounces of product. Each kit comes with one Ultra Glossy Lip, one Cream Luxe lipstick, and a Super Shock highlighter, and the whole kit retails for $25. If you want to get the bundle with all 5 lipsticks, that will retail for $48. The Misunderstood eyeshadow palette retails for $22. Total net weight of the palette is 15 grams of product or 0.6 ounces of product. Each pan weighs in at 1 gram or 0.04 ounces of product. The Glitterally Obsessed pots are like wedged in really tight, so I'm just going to give you the product details for that quickly and I'll handle that later. The Glitterally Obsessed pots retail for $8, weighing at 15 grams or 0.53 ounces of product. All product details out the way, you will see the packaging for each villain as we go over each kit, and with that said, I present to you Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog. I love that the box has a groove. It just makes for easy dispensing, and look at the inside. It's purple and the lettering is neon font for all the boxes, which was one of the standout qualities of this collection. I love that. Hold on, you're so far. That's enough. Here is the actual Super Shock highlighter palette. Inside you have the shade. Don't you just love that? This I can't get over. Neon design with the villain still in the holographic lettering. I mean, it's just too much. One of the great details about this collection is the fact that they release a Super Shock highlighter in palette form. This is a blush, but they usually only package their Super Shock highlighters in these plastic units. And I think it was fall last year that the first time ever they formulated it so it could withstand palette use, so they put 4 in one palette, which was really great. Now we have singles, and you get quite a bit of product, and the palette frame is holographic, which I think is so cool, or iridescent. Sorry, it doesn't reflect all the colors of the rainbow. I'm sorry. And it has a little mirror, is magnetic closure, very thin. I just think perfect for travel. Meet me on the other side. That's this song. I think the Super Shock highlighter titles across the board are like their songs. Is a peachy gold. I really love this, and I'm going to show you why. Super Shock highlighters are best applied with fingers. Don't even try with the brush. I mean, you can make it happen with the brush, but fingers are best. I'm gonna put it here right on the top of my cheekbone and just around the perimeter of my eye. I cut down the exposure a little bit just so you can see the peachiness of the Super Shock highlighter. Now I understand you look at this and say, I'm not that impressed. Super Shock highlighters, depending on the formula, are not meant to be super blinding. What they could do is set up your powder highlighter for a really nice blind. I like to layer this under my powder highlight because it has that adherence, but it doesn't add texture to anything you apply on top of it, nor does it look textured when you apply on top of powder. So these cushiony, moussey like textures are ideal, again, to apply with your fingers, to apply on freshly foundation skin, or even lightly set foundation. Even if you like to bake, if you apply this with fingers, you'll be good to go. Here is the Cream Luxe lipstick packaging for Dr. Facilier. And here is the actual lipstick. I love this packaging. It's matte black, heavy, it has a magnetic closure, and it has all the villain symbols on the tube. And then you have villains etched in the actual bullet. And this is Dr. Facilier. And this is described to be a mid-tone berry. I love the texture of Colourpop lipsticks. I mean, for $8, I mean, so creamy, so easy to apply, and just feels lush on the lips. For Dr. Facilier's Ultra Glossy Lip, we have Shadow Man. And on the plastic tube, you have, again, the different symbols from the different villains. You have villains on the unit. Duochrome crimson with a golden green flip. It's hard to see, but the duochrome is there. You could probably see it better from the tube. This is how the Super Shock highlighter looks with the cream lipstick shade, and this is how Shadow Man looks layered on top of Dr. Facilier. On top of the lipstick, it doesn't look as duochromy as it might on its own. Let's check. Oh yeah, you could definitely see it more duochromy on its own. It looks beautiful on Dr. Facilier's cream lipstick, but I feel if you want to get the full-on duochrome impact, you will apply this ultra glossy lip all on its own. And for the Jelly Much Shadow, we have Not Today, a jade cream with multicolored glitter. It's sheer at first. I think I have to pick up a little more. Get a little more on there. Hello. There is a lot more glitter in here, and I feel that's why you could feel that glitter texture. I feel it was still layer really nicely, as a lot of the Jelly Much shadows that I own do. But yes, there's a lot of glitter in this particular shade, so just be wary of that. If you're not crazy about dealing with that glitter texture, then don't get Not Today. Love glitter, you love green. There you go. Next up, we have Evil Queen from Snow White. Look at the skulls. I love the skulls, and I love her cream lipstick box design. This is like the best. Just indulge me, friends. I know it's like whatever the shades are, whatever. The packaging design, listen, you gotta give it to them at least for that. Here we have the Evil Queen Super Shock highlighter box packaging, and this shade is called Fairest of All. And there is the Evil Queen herself. I love the neon design. She looks so evil. Fairest of All. Fairest of All is a champagne gold. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I love this one. It is just so easy to apply and just brings such beautiful light to the cheekbones. I still have Meet Me on the Other Side on this side. I'm layering Ferris of the Mall. It just gives it some more pop. You know, these are so layerable. They're really easy to do that with. They won't look textured or overly highlighted. It's just a nice shade. Here's the box for the cream lipstick. Got our girl still on the box. All lipsticks are the same for all villains. And this is Evil Queen, and it is a matte finish. Oh yeah. That's a beautiful red. You cannot go wrong. This is described to be as a red cherry matte. If you're looking for a red cherry matte that's not going to break the bank, get Evil Queen. Out of curiosity though, I have the Snow White from the Princess collection, and I'm just curious to see how that looks next to Evil Queen. Oh, Evil Queen looks like it's a touch brighter, don't you think? Snow White has a little more like red in it, whereas I could definitely see the cherry tone in Evil Queen. I like the Evil Queen lipstick better. Oh, don't do Snow White. Ideally, I would apply this with the lip liner, but how gorgeous is this red lip? It's a matte finish, but it still glides on beautifully. It just looks quintessential red. It's not too blue red. It's not too like pinky red. It's like right smack in the middle. And here's the packaging for Evil Queen's ultra glossy lip. Look at that skull. It's where she creates her concoction and pours it over the apple to poison it. And like when it's pouring over, it like pours over into that skull prop. But I love that they put it on the box. It's a quintessential moment in the film, for sure. This shade is called Bad Apple, and it's described to be a deep cranberry. Oh, we got a defected brush. The brush looks a little crazy. Look at that bristle. It's just like hanging out like, oh, but I put it back. Oh, no, it flipped up again. Never mind. The gloss added beautiful shine to the lip. Of course, it doesn't look distinctly its color because it's layered on top of Evil Queen. But if we put it on by itself, I feel it does give the lips a really nice reddish tint that's not too opaque. If you like that sheer effect more so than a completely red lipstick, then you would consider this lip gloss. And last up, we have her Jelly Much Shadow in the shade Cursed. And I forgot to mention the inside of her box is red. Appropriately so. And we have Cursed as an antique gold. Ooh, this feels really nice. I mean, this texture is just so nice. Oh, that's gold. On the lid or even inner corner lower lash line. Look at that shine. That is simply gorgeous. I like this texture better than the ones with glitter in it. Although not today, the jade shade from Dr. Facilier is gorgeous. I'm not a fan when there's glitter in it because it just doesn't make it as smooth. When there's no glitter, the texture's just smooth and I feel easier to maneuver. That's just me. We'll play with it maybe later. So many boxes. I should have thought about this better before I started filming. Well, we're keeping these, so we're going to delicately put them aside. Don't need you anymore, Snow White. You're done for. Next up, we have Ursula. Ursula's packaging is bad, man. Look at that. Look at her tentacles. Look at the waves. Look at the trident. Look at her. Oh my god. Here's the Super Shock highlighter packaging. You see the waves and her tentacles. This is when she turned really big and was like mad at everyone and tried to sink the ship. And here's the lid for her Super Shock highlighter. Or, you know, I feel like this will be, any of these actually, I feel will be like a really cool sign outside a restaurant. Especially this one. Maybe this one's like a club. You go into the Ursula club now, okay? And here we have Poor Unfortunate Souls. And we're looking at an opalescent lavender. Very light, but let's see how it looks on the skin. I feel like this is gonna be a fun one. Ooh, I like that. That one's fun. It's very low key. In person, it looks apparently lavender, but for a look that you want to go avant-garde with, if you're going super purple on the lid, super purple on the lip, I feel this would just complement any of those choices beautifully well. That's nice. I like that a lot. You see some of the glitter, but it's not super chunky. It's very subtle. It's like almost like glowing. And here's the packaging for her Cream Luxe lipstick, and the shade name is Ursula. And here is the bullet again with the villain etched on it. And this is a matte finish blackened plum. Wow, that's rich. Wow. The color is amazing. I loved how it applied, and the tone of it is just so nice, rich, and dark. I rarely wear shades like this, and I feel like I have to wear this more often because this is just gorgeous. Absolutely. And here we have Ursula's Ultra Glossy Lip packaging in Sad But True. It's a lyric in her song. Sad but true. And we're looking at an opalescent blue. Let's see how... These brushes, man. Okay, so perhaps one of the critiques I have, ultra glossy lip brushes are looking crazy, man. You could kind of see the blue shift on its own, but I think you're gonna really see it on top of this lipstick. Oh yeah, there it is. I always like to have my towel to wipe the brush off so it doesn't get all that dark pigment on the gloss. That's really pretty. You can definitely see the blue. Look at this brush. She is like fried. This is a disappointment because usually all my ultra glossy lip brushes that I have received have come intact. I don't know what happened to this collection, but it's hard when you want to apply a lip gloss precisely and the brush is like, but up close here, you'll just see how the blue shows on the lipstick. I'll apply Sad But True all on its own just so you can see. Oh, you can kind of see the blue a little bit. It kind of reminds me of Pat's Liquid Lust and Astral Moonflower, but this has a lot more blue in it, and I think it's a lot more prominent in that finish. I really like this though. It doesn't look just clear. There is definitely like that blue tint to it, and it's something fun if you want to change it up from your typical champagne-like nude gloss. This is the Jelly Much shade I was looking forward to swatching. Oh, here is the box for Ursula's Jelly Much shadow, and inside you have this like beautiful sky blue, and here we have Just Your Voice. This is a duochrome shade that I believe flips from like blue to purple. Oh my god. Yeah, you definitely see the purple. You could even see it here a little bit in the actual pan. But that is a gorgeous shade. Oh my god. You know what this will look sick on top of? Either the shade from Pat McGrath's Dark Star, or even if you picked up the Mel Cosmetics Shape Shift stack on Mimic. Like to really punch it up. Oh my god, that is so pretty. This whole like blue to purple shift is like really popular. So yeah, I have this shade like 3 times in my collection. I think I'm good. But I didn't have it in this finish, so it's fine. All right, there you got your Ursula collection. There you got, I love this, man. This is just so much fun. It's just different from your typical nude gold champagne type of highlight. But I love, even though it's purple and it's maybe not your typical everyday highlighter, it's just a fun shade to use and just play with because it still gives you that glow despite it being lavender. Maleficent is next. Oh! Maleficent. Maleficent is definitely my favorite villain just because of the horns and how she rolls into the party. I mean, she bad. She bad. And of course, the green and purple is just a beautiful pairing, and the thorns and her dragon transformation is all there in this packaging. Here's her Super Shock highlighter box. You got the thorns that she formed around her castle so Prince Philip couldn't get through and save different princess, Sleeping Beauty. The green inside is sick. And here is the lid for Maleficent. She has the flames behind her. You got the horns all in that beautiful neon design. And here's the Mistress of All Evil. And this is described to be an icy champagne. Ooh, I like that. Put Maleficent on this side. Let's see what she does for us. Oh, I like that too. That's pretty. That definitely is a lot cooler in tone on me, but I love the brightness it provides, and I feel really suitable to layer on any of the ones that we have swatched thus far. Even if I go back to my Ursula side, I could put this on the center of Ursula and it will give it a little more pop. This, I feel, has a lot more... No, I feel it maybe have the same amount of glitter in it. That's definitely more icy than the ones that I've applied thus far. It's still really pretty, maybe a little too cool tone and not the one I will reach for first. Dr. Facilier or even Evil Queen will be my top ones that I reach for. And you can see the glitter flex a little bit more in this formula, so I feel not as smooth as the others. And for the cream lipstick, we have Maleficent. And her shade is a deep magenta, and I believe this is a cream finish. Oh, this is pretty. This is like true magenta for sure. These cream lipsticks, I gotta give it to Colourpop. They really nailed it in terms of the price point and the quality. Incredibly smooth and easy to apply. I mean, you can't get better than this. And the shade is opaque, is rich, is saturated in color. I would definitely recommend that you use a lip liner just to kind of clean up the edges. And I do have like a magenta MAC lip liner that I could use with this shade and it'll be perfect. But oh my goodness, this is the best. For her ultra glossy lip, we have My Pet. And she calls her crow sidekick My Pet when he spies for her and just needs to let her know what's going on. But on the actual box, this is the dragon she turns into when she gets mad. She wants to kill everybody because she's had it. And this is a cool tone icy lavender with a hot pink flip. Ooh, I wonder what that looks like. Ooh, I'm sorry, friends. Let me swatch the lipstick next to it. It's hard to see, but yes, the pink glitter is definitely in there. I would say it's like a more low-key version than Pat's Aliangelic. And let me just swatch her lipstick in between just so you could get that shade reference. Yeah. You can kind of pick up the pink flip in here. It definitely looks really cool from the vial, but when you apply it, I feel it just kind of glosses up the shade and you can't really tell if it's in fact flip duochrome. But as we've been doing, let me take this off and just apply the lip gloss on its own. There you go. There you see the flip. It's flipping. This looks nice with Ursula, I have to say. Looks okay with Evil Queen, but with Ursula, purple here, purple there, we're doing good. Thus far from all the ultra glossy lip swatches that I've done, I feel they do really well on their own because especially if you want to see that duochrome flip happen in real time, you can apply them on their cream lipstick counterparts, but I feel if you want to get that full-on effect, whether it's opalescent, duochrome, or that tint, these should be applied on their own to get that effect. And last but not least, we have Maleficent's Jelly Shadow in Spindle. And Spindle is what she put the spell on to make Sleeping Beauty go to bed. The Sleeping Beauty story, the actual story, is actually quite dark. I'm not going to talk about it on here because I don't think it's appropriate, but it's not what Disney made it to be. I'm just so interested in like the fairy tales that were rewritten just for Disney and to know what they actually are. A lot of them are quite dark. Like Little Mermaid is a really dark story. Pinocchio, really dark story. Spindle is a cool lavender with a gold flip. This is a sick shade. Oh my god. I see the gold flip. Depending on how you tilt it, you can definitely, it's hard to tell on a camera, but in front of me, so fun. Oh, this reminds me of Delirium from the Melt Stack. What a cool shade. Incredibly smooth, and you can definitely see the gold flip more so in person than on camera. Such a cool shade. I absolutely love it. I love these like lavender tones with any flip that's gold or champagne. It just makes it so cool looking. Oh, I'm gonna put this on top of Delirium. If you haven't seen that review already, I'll link it down below and up above. I was frustrated with the Melt formula in that stack because it was just really hard to maneuver with anything else except your finger. Perhaps my least favorite item out of the Maleficent bunch was her Super Shock highlighter. I felt this had a little more glitter in it and just didn't feel it applied as smoothly. Although the effect is beautiful, I much prefer the ones either, like I said, Evil Queen or Dr. Facilier. Next up, we have Cruella de Vil, which I think is the least favorite amongst all the villains because she went to kill the puppies. Get the puppies, Cruella. I have to say though, this is pretty sick. The silhouette of her when she comes in their home, when she's about to pick them all up, and the father stands up to her. He's like, you can't have the puppies. She was like, what did you say? She's bad. She's really bad. We don't like her, but I like that box. Here is her Super Shock highlighter box in the shade You Idiots, You Fools, You Imbeciles. And there's her in all her wild glory. And this is a pale peach with a coppery flip and flecks of silver. Can't wait to see how that looks. Oh, that's cool. This is the most duochromy I've seen out of all the Super Shock highlighters. Oh my god. Definitely has a lot more sparkle. But because of the duochrome effect, I don't mind it. Definitely I see the peachiness for sure. Oh, that's pretty. I love the duochrome effect, but I don't like how much glitter it is in here. It definitely looks a little more textured on the skin, not as smooth as the other Super Shock highlighters. For her cream lipstick, we have Cruella. I'm excited about this shade. This is like the hot fiery shade. Ooh. This is in the Cream Luxe formula in a vibrant yellow red. Let's see what that looks like. Oh my god. This is a summer shade. Yes, it is. So freaking smooth. Outstanding. This shade is like one of my most favorite reds. That orange red that's just bright. It feels so good on the lips. I mean, I'm swatching the heck out of my lips in this video, but my lips still feel soft. And that's just a testament to not only this formula, but the ultra glossy formula. I hate the brush, but at least the gloss leaves my lips soft. Crazy beautiful shade. Oh, this one. I think this might be my favorite. And then is Ursula, that deep plum, and then maybe Evil Queen. I'm trying to rank them in my head now, so when I wrap up with my final thoughts, I could give you my favorites at the end, but I love. And this is her ultra glossy lip in the shade Puppy. And this is just described to be a see-through gloss with flecks of gold. Simple enough. Oh, this brush is not insane. That gives me hope. Yeah, it just looks like a sheer gloss with the gold flecks in there. I think really beautiful maybe on its own. I will assume if I do apply this on her lipstick, it's just gonna look shiny. It's not gonna change color. It's just gonna make this shade look shiny. So let's just assume that. I'm gonna take this off and apply this lip gloss on its own. Ooh, you can definitely see the gold reflect in here. I'm happy I applied it on its own, because if I were to apply it on Cruella, you wouldn't have been able to see it. Absolutely not. It's super shiny, it's super beautiful. And although see-through, I feel you can definitely make out the gold flecks in the formula. And here is her Jelly Much shadow in Perfectly Wretched. I love like the broken glass in the red. That's a really nice touch to her collection design. And this is a pinky ice taupe with multicolored glitter. Oh, we got more glitter. Let's see how the glitter does with this shade. Ooh, that's shiny. This is like Dr. Facilier's Jelly Much shadows that has glitter in it. I do feel when glitter is put in the Jelly Much formula, I feel it doesn't make it as smooth. Perhaps this serves the color better because it really pumps up the shine for the shade. It will make an outstanding lid color, beautiful inner corner highlight for sure. I think it's a pretty basic shade. Icy taupe, you know, if you like those types of shades, if you want that blinding effect on your inner corner or anywhere else on your eye, then this shade will be perfect. But it doesn't wow me like Ursula's shade or Maleficent shade, that the gold with the lavender. And I forgot to show the inside of her boxes are all red. Those finishing touches, like, that's it. It's a wrap for me. I have to have it. Last but not least, we have Hades from Hercules. Yellow and blue, like, well, especially marigold and blue, I love. Feel this is the monster he sent to Hercules to try to get Hercules to die, but didn't work out. Oh my god, so much glitter. Here is Hades Super Shock highlighter, and everybody's got a weakness. And there's Hades on the lid. And this is a peach with a hot pink flip. Hot pink flip, I'm all for that. Ooh, this kind of reminds me of what we just did with Cruella, I feel like. Oh, but Cruella looks like distinctly more white in the pan, whereas this looks like more peach. Oh yeah, I like this a lot better. It's very subtle for sure, but it doesn't have as much glitter as the Cruella Super Shock highlighter. And I'm putting this more closer to my cheek because I feel with that pink flip, it kind of serves as like a highlighting blush effect. That's pretty. I like that a lot. And for the cream lipstick, we have Hades, all neoned out and mad. Hades is actually funny. He's like that sarcastic, come on you guys, da, 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 kind of like personality. The inside, I love marigold. Marigold anything. I think this was the shade everyone was disappointed by because Hades is like blue. And this here we got a nude. Oops. This is described to be a neutral peachy nude. Well, we shall see. That is very pretty. I don't know how nude is gonna look on me. Oh yeah, that's peachy nude. I will definitely have to apply this with a lip liner, but I actually like the color. Like, It is very peachy nude, but surprisingly it works. In some capacity with the little zhuzhing up, I feel like we could go far with it. And here we have Hades Ultra Glossy Lip in Hot Headed, because his hair is made out of flames. And he is like God of the Underworld. Is that the official title for Hades? We got a duochrome bronzy orange with a hot pink flip. This looks really cool in the vial. Let's see how it's swatted. Oh, that's gorgeous. Ooh, this might have to be the favorite out of all the glossy lips for me. Anything bronzy orange pink. That trio. Ooh, I love that shift. That's pretty. I will do this on its own, but I'm very curious to see how this applies on top of Hades. Ooh, I know I just made it more glossy, but I feel it also made it a little more pink as well. And the shine is really nice. We're gonna take this off and just apply the lip gloss on its own, but I like this layer on top of the lipstick. Really pretty. Cannot wait to swatch this. This is Hades Jelly Much Shadow in I Own You. And we're looking at a coral red with an orange duochrome flip. This is a neat shade. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So pretty. I love that. Put a little more just so you can see full-on coverage. Oh, that is outstandingly beautiful. I love that. This definitely has glitter in it as well, but I feel the gold glitter serves the shade really nicely. It does feel a touch smoother than the other ones, but again, still not a favorite of glitter being in the Jelly Much Shadow formula. I'll forgive this one because I love the shade and I love the flip of it. It looks pink on camera, but in person it also appears orange. Really cool. And just so you can see Hot Headed on its own, this is a really beautiful lip gloss on its own. I feel you can see the duochrome effect better on its own. It just has a nice flip to it, and on its own it just looks like a really pretty pink gloss with a little more dimension to it. So this is a really nice shade from Hades. I'm digging it. Oh, so that was part 1 out of 20. Let me know down below what your favorite items have been from any of the villain kits. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break because mama's like my brain, and we're gonna get into this eyeshadow palette. Stay tuned. Oh, I just had some lunch, recalibrated, and let's get into this eyeshadow palette. You know what? Interlude. Let's go over the Glitterally Obsessed quickly. How about that? Here we have a vibrant teal with multicolored glitter. That's really incredible. I love these because they are self-adhering, they're really easy to apply, and if you're into festivals or just wanting to go that route every day of the year, you'll have an opportunity with these glitters. And again, they are meant for body. I wouldn't recommend that you put these near or around your eyes, and if you do, please proceed with cautions because these glitter pieces are a lot bigger than how you would find them in the Sweet Talk palette, which was their first time they were featuring pressed glitters in an eyeshadow palette. I recently got the singles from their festival collection, so I'm really excited about that. But do be careful if you decide to put this anywhere around near your eyes. The shine is beautiful, and you can definitely see the teal in there as well. Do I Look Like I Care is a multi-dimensional silver with a coppery rose flip. And thank you, truck, for driving by while I was saying that. Here is next to Anomaly, and yes, you can definitely see they are distinctly different in terms of the base color. Texture, they're pretty much the same, like they have a mixture of big pieces and little ones in the formula. Self-adhering. And here we have the eyeshadow palette in Misunderstood. Same iridescent type of thing going on with the pan frame. This palette doesn't have a mirror, we just have all the villain symbols on the inside of the lid, but it's all good, it's fine. Just for kicks, I have the Princess eyeshadow palette on standby. The Princess eyeshadow palette is definitely a lot more muted than the villains one. The villains one is a little more fun, don't you think? I can understand that this is more user-friendly to you because it's just more neutral. It has the browns and the pinks and the soft golds. But we got lime, we got purple, we got plum, we got blue. A lot more going on in villains, and I much prefer that color story. No Spots is a pure matte white. Mongrels is a metallic pink ivory. Diablo, which is my favorite, is a metallic lime. You see what I'm saying? Gorgeous. Devious is a matte terracotta. Beautiful matte shade. We have seen it before, but it's soft and looks nice. Tragic is a soft matte warm beige. Underworld is a metallic bronzy copper. Gorgeous. Pain and Panic. It's a metallic mid-tone gold with Peachy Flex. Hello, you gonna focus on me? Really nice shade. Could be on the lid or even in the other corner. Pain and Panic is a little thinner than Underworld. This has a little more body to it, but could be okay just for an inner corner highlight. I'll take it. Forest of Thorns is a metallic orchid. This has so much smoothness to it. I applied this last week when I first got it in the mail. You don't need a matte for this. You just blend it in your crease, lid, lower lash line, and you're done. Such a beautiful one and go shade. I love it. Flotsam, which is one of Ursula's eels, is a metallic baby pink with blue glitter. The Fates is a matte deep blue. Doesn't swatch very well. Let's see how it does on the lids though. Revenge, matte charcoal gray with silver glitter. Sing, a metallic dark brown with hot pink to gold duochrome flex. This shade right here is absolutely gorgeous. Jetsam is Ursula's other eel, is a metallic denim blue with a teal duochrome flip. So nice and will go beautifully with Ursula's Jelly Mud Shadow. Facile is a metallic olive with gold flex, excuse me. And lastly, we have 101, and this is just your matte black. Not too bad, feels pretty smooth, and I think will do the job for intensity just fine. All right, friends, those are all the swatches for the Misunderstood eyeshadow palette. I've been filming for a little while now. Don't know how much I have in me to create more than 2 looks. If I get in the groove, then I'll be a surprise to both of us. But with that said, Forest of Thorns with my MICHI Builder Pro. And all looks will be prepped with the same Too Faced multi-use Born This Way concealer in the shade Natural Beige. No matte, just going straight on the concealer. Look how beautifully that glides on the skin. I was shocked when I saw how this shadow applied. You're done. You see what I'm saying? And I love the glow it has as well. If you feel the need to still blend out this shade or any other bold shade in the palette, I'm really happy it came with this beige matte, because if you wanted to, you could take a little bit of Tragic and just buff the edges of Forest of Thorns. So it will soften it, absolutely, but you could also just clean your brush off on a microfiber towel like I do and buff the edges without using the matte. Sing has a lot of texture to it, so I'm going with my MICHI Worker 3. Be careful because you will get fallout. It's a very textured shadow, although very beautiful. I would recommend that you put a little more concealer on, but it's still really sticky, so I think we should be okay. Taking that with my Worker 3, I'm gonna start placing it all over the lid. Not too bad, we did all right. I feel as long as you press it on the lid first before you start swirling, you'll be in the clear. I'm just taking the tip of the brush to wing it out with Forest of Thorns. Definitely kick off the brush as well before you apply that on your lid. Pulling that through the crease a little bit. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this combination. We have to go in with Diablo. Absolutely. Using the same Worker 3, just placing that now on the lower lash line. Such a pretty color. Diablo is like Forest of Thorns, where it's super shiny, smooth, easy to apply. You could very much apply this the same way we did Forest of Thorns with the blender brush, and I'm just gonna go floop. So easy. Absolutely. I love how this is going so far. I definitely want to go in with Spindle. This is Maleficent's Jelly Mud Shadow. Hakuhodo J242. Inner third of the lid. Oh my god. And also a little bit on the inner corner as well. I'm actually just gonna pull it in toward the lid. You know why? Because I'm just gonna have Sing as like my deepening shade, and then Spindle will just be our lid shade. That's pretty. Pain and Panic with the same Hakuhodo brush. That's gonna be our inner corner highlight. Definitely a lot more chunky than the other shadows in here, but you could really see that pink flip when applied on the skin. Just taking care of any fallout that might have happened. I'm pulling it in slightly toward Diablo just so it can have a nice gradient. All right, friends, let's slap on some lashes, do the other eye, and I'll be right back. Finish finished look, friends, with little lashes in the style Diamonds. On the lips, we have their Cream Luxe lipstick in a matte finish in the shade Ursula. I love lime green with orchid purple anything. And the fact that this was so easy to create, but it has a lot of dimension, it has smoke, but it has color. I am digging this combination, and the Jelly Mud shadows on top of Sing on the lid. Oh my god. And of course, you could pair this eye with a nude lip instead if you prefer that. I just thought, why not use something from the collection to vamp it up? Let me know what you think down below, friends, and let's move on to look number 2. I definitely want to dive into blues for this look. First, I'll go in with Tragic, using my Hakuhodo J5522 to apply that to my crease. Simple beige shade, nice to set it off. Sonogy Builder Pro with the Fates. I'm gonna start punching that in just to get the color on the outer corner first. Oh, that's blue. And then I'm going to slowly start to pull it into the crease. I'm being very careful here as I don't want the face to travel too high towards my brow. I'm just using the tip of the brush to slowly start to shape this tip here. Closing my eyes just to see what's going on in the crease. I couldn't find a brush because I put it in my cup holder upside down. I'm taking my Wayne number 3. I was looking for my Hakuhodo J5522, couldn't find it, so I just found my Wayne number 3. I'm using that with Tragic to blend this out. I know I was saying I should use synthetic brushes to apply these bold colors, but I forgot that I had them. So don't worry, my Blender Pro is fine. She'll be alright. I will wash her. Okay. Now going in with Jetsam. I'll start off with the powder shadow and then I want to apply the jelly. Hakuhodo J242 with Jetsam on the center of the lid first. Oh, that's wow. That's really gorgeous. These shadows have a lot of texture to them. Look what just happened to Jetsam. Don't press your brush hard in the pan like I do. Now with Facile, same 242 on the inner portion of the lid. Blending it in with Jetsam for that gradient effect. We're doing it, just your voice. Right on the middle. Oh yeah. It doesn't take much, friends, just a little bit. Very little goes a long way. That's why these jellies are gonna last you forever. Look at that shine. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my god. And I can only imagine if you perhaps apply this on top of Forest of Thorns, it will turn out more lavender. I love. Taking my Hakuhodo B142 just to kind of zhuzh up the crease a little bit because the shimmer traveled too high. And I'm just putting a little more matte shadow there. Very curious to see Not Today. So I know I'm applying it on top of Facile. But this is how Facile looks on its own powder version. It is gorgeous. It's definitely more olive. Let's see how that looks. Let's put right in there. Oh yeah, you could see more glitter in this formula for sure than just your voice. But that really bumped up the shine. Absolutely. I'm just doing patting motions to combine both shades. Going in with Revenge. This is black with silver glitter. I just want to see how it translates on the eyes. Sonogy Worker Pro. Applying Revenge just to the lower lash line. Yeah, you could kind of see the silver glitter. I would say more so than a typical glitter matte base kind of formula. Of course, it's all getting in my eyeball, but it's typical when I'm applying shadow to my lower lash line. Pulling it out a bit and just making sure the points meet at the tip. Definitely want to use Diablo as my inner corner highlight. Hakuhodo J242. Oh yeah, we like that. Alright friends, let's do the other eye, slap on these lashes, and I'll be right back. Here's the finished look, friends. Same lily lashes in the style Diamonds. On the lips, we have Maleficent top with Sad But True. I know this is a lot together and it looks, what is the word someone used? Campy? It's very campy. But in true villain fashion, you know, a little odd, a little much, a little too much. That's what we're going for here. You could very much pair this look with the beige lip and nude lip, which will tone it down a little bit. I could have used Hades, but I felt like it was too peachy. So I just put hot pink on. Solves everything. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do more than 2 looks today, friends. I did my shapeshift tutorial yesterday, and that was like a 4-look video. So my lid's a little tired, a little fatigued today. But to quickly go over, you could pretty much use all the bold shades all over your lid and lower lash line as a single shade look. look. The face needs a little work. You just have to have some patience with it. Make sure you powder down your lid first. That will make you feel comfortable in blending. I didn't try 101 yet, but I'm confident that it's going to be fine. The consistency with Colourpop shadows has been pretty good for me, so I don't feel this is going to be troublesome. Is it going to be super black? Probably not, judging from the swatch, but it'll give you depth when you need it. Forest of Thorns and Diablo, I think, are my standout favorites in this palette. These textures are my favorite. I think they are the best out of the bunch. Pain and Panic is a little chunky, but just make sure maybe you wet it first or apply some concealer on your skin. Sing has a lot of texture to it. Sing, Jetsam, and Facile. Just be careful that you don't press too hard in the pan, but the colors are gorgeous. Overall, this is a really comprehensive palette. It's definitely more metallics and shimmers than matte. No spots will be great to just add as a lid base to maybe make some of the colors pop, but I feel you'll only use no spots maybe for your brow highlight. I was a little too bright, my goodness. You could probably use no spots as your brow highlight or inner corner highlight, or maybe just your lid color if you want to do something really color blocking in that style. I love this palette. It's easy to use, but despite having so many bold metallics in here, you still have your mattes to hold you down. Maybe you just put Devious and Pain and Panic together, or Devious and Underworld together. That's your neutral look. I will be honest though, if you're into neutrals, then you're better off with the Princess palette, because that's a lot softer and muted in color. Get this palette if you love bold, gem-like, shiny shades and you don't have any problem combining them or just wearing them on their own, for sure. Okay, I'll take off the lipstick. I'll take it off. I just put puppies on. A lot better, isn't it? As for my standout favorites for the Super Shock highlighters, first of all, I just love how well designed they are, because even when you pack them, you can see based on how they look here which one is which. Like, that's Evil Queen, that's Ursula, that's Dr. Facilier, that's Cruella. My favorite definitely has to be Dr. Facilier. That's what I have on my cheekbones here. It's just such a beautiful shade and has like that peachy gold shine to it. I find it's the smoothest out of the bunch. Even though it has glitter, it still looks smooth on the skin, and I feel just pairs beautifully with your favorite powder highlight. And because it already has a peachy gold base to it, it's gonna add that peachy gold warmth to whatever powder highlight you want. So if it's a little too cool tone, maybe you could add it on top of Dr. Facilier and it'll warm it up a bit. My least favorite definitely has to be Maleficent. I love Maleficent as a villain, but this is very icy in texture, and I feel didn't wow me as much. It looks good as a swatch, and perhaps better if I layer it. So if I layer it on top of Dr. Facilier, it definitely gave it more punch and shine. So I'll probably use it as a layer, but I wouldn't rely on it on its own. And Cruella, initially, earlier in the video, I said I wasn't crazy about it, but it actually looks pretty cool in person. It doesn't translate as well on camera, but when the light hits, the twinkle is really nice. It has gold, pink glitters in there. It is definitely more glitterally. It's definitely more glittery than Dr. Facilier, than Ursula. Ursula has to be the coolest one. Dr. Facilier is my favorite, but the shocker for me was Ursula. I didn't know how much I would love this color, how beautifully glowy it looks on the skin. Again, it's lavender, but it works. Don't know how. It works. Hades is the softest of them all. It's like if you want more of an opalescent finish versus like a glittery, shiny finish, then definitely go with Hades. It's very light, very, very light. You're probably not gonna see much. I'm putting it on my cheek because I feel this is the most appropriate place to apply it right now with all the stuff I have on. But this is the most low-key I found out of the bunch. And if you want more of like a peachy pink opalescent finish to your skin and not so much glittery shiny, then go with Hades. Evil Queen, I think, is like the most user-friendly of them all. It's like your gold Super Shock highlighter. Texture is fine, not too much glitter, but it's not too opalescent on its own. The Jelly Mush shadows, oh, I love this formula. I do. I love it less without the glitter for sure. The least exciting out of the bunch was definitely Perfectly Wretched. This is, I believe, the Cruella Jelly Mush shadow. It was just like an icy taupe shade that's like super basic for inner corner highlight if you love those types of shades. Not Today from Dr. Facilier. Beautiful jade shade, but because of the gold glitter, I find that it's a little more chunky than usual, not as smooth as the other Jelly Much shadows in this collection. Just Your Voice is like that blue purple duochrome finish I have on my lids on top of Jetsam, I believe it is. The shine on it is amazing, all over your lid, phenomenal. I think this has to be my favorite Spindle from the Maleficent collection. The gold lavender flip on this is outrageous, and I just love the color story on that. It's just unexpected and multidimensional. Curse from the Evil Queen collection is your basic gold, but it's a good gold. Like, you could apply this all over your lid, maybe just under your lash line. It has such richness to it and beautiful shine that it could be a standalone shade even though it's technically just a neutral gold. Oh, but I love this one from the Haze collection, I Own You. Anything orange coral just speaks to me, and I'm sure all over the lid this will be amazing. And again, I'm sorry I didn't dive into all these shades today, but I could always do a get ready with me, or we could do a Disney Villains Part 2. Just let me know down below how you want to conduct that video. The glosses. I have to say, I really love the glosses. I mean, I hated some of the brushes. What a disappointment in terms of just like, I guess being a packaging kerfuffle or something. Some of the brushes were fine, but some of them were so splayed. They were hard to apply on my lid precisely, so that was a bummer. I have to say my favorite shade is from Hades, Hot Headed. This is such a beautiful dual chrome pearlescent finish. I think it's just gorgeous on the lip. The second favorite, I think I have to go with Puppies. This is from the Cruella collection. It's just a beautiful gold finish on the lip. Very simple to wear. Next up will have to be My Pet. This is from the Maleficent collection. It has like that icy lavender flip blue thing going on, but there's one missing. Where's Ursula? Ursula, where are you? Sad but true from the Ursula collection. It has that blue opalescent finish. I think really neat if you apply it on another color, or if you have a blue lipstick to just bring the more blue shine out of that. Shadow Man is a cool color. I think it's really nice on its own. It looks super gold duochrome by itself rather than on top of a cream lipstick. And not that this is a bad shade. Bad Apple. This is just my least favorite because I rarely wear red tinted glosses. It's beautiful on some, and usually though I end up wearing like a nude gloss, especially if I'm wearing a crazy eye like this. Probably not gonna wear a red tinted lip gloss, you know what I mean? The Luxe lipsticks, fantastic. This formula is outrageous. I was blown away by the texture, the glide, and just the pigmentation overall. These are all the lipsticks here, and again, you can get this in a bundle set if you just want the lipsticks from the Villains collection. My favorite, I'm gonna have to go with Cruella. The orange red is just so vibrant and gorgeous. This is gonna be perfect for summertime. My second favorite, I'm gonna have to go with Maleficent. That was the crazy hot pink shade I had on like a few moments ago, but this is a crazy beautiful magenta. It's like true pink magenta, because sometimes if it's hot pink, it could lean more red and hard to distinguish if it's red or pink. The magenta is like a little more purpley, which I prefer in terms of that color story, so that's my second favorite for sure. My third, I'm gonna have to give it up to Ursula. There's nothing like a beautiful plum matte. You can't go wrong with it. Beautiful shade for all seasons. I mean, especially for fall, but we're heading into spring now, so maybe not so much. But I would still wear this shade. Like, black and plum, you can't go wrong with it. It is like a must-have in any lipstick shade collection. Evil Queen is my next favorite. Beautiful red. I actually prefer this shade of red over Snow White. This is like a true red. Really gorgeous on the lips. Amazing formula. It just feels nice and soft. It doesn't feel harsh or just too tight. And lastly, Hades. Hades is just like a peachy nude. Would it have been nice to see it as a blue? Sure, but in the end, if they want this to be somewhat of a wearable collection, then you're gonna have to put the nude somewhere. I see both sides of it. I haven't designed a collection. I couldn't even imagine the work that goes into concept, to figuring out what shades go with what villain and what would they wear and all that stuff. The nude is boring, absolutely, but necessary, I feel, if you're gonna release a comprehensive collection like this. And the Glitterally Obsessed, of course, I'm sorry I didn't demo these. I mean, if I guess we could just quickly put it on the shoulder or something. Oh, well, that's fun. And this is Do I Look Like I Care? Oh, I feel like Anomaly has a little more shine than Do I Look Like I Care, don't you think? I'm in there both fun. And you could really layer these up too to make them super shiny. Technically, I want to put Anomaly on my lid, but I'm like, Alicia, relax. So those are my thoughts on the collection, friends. Let me know what you think down below. The PR kit as well as all the items in it are limited edition. If there was a color that you had your eye on, if you were figuring out how it would look, how it performs or what have you. My favorite item definitely is the eyeshadow palette because I love eyeshadow palettes. But I have to say, I really love the lipsticks in here. And I feel that the quality, the performance of the formula is outstanding. But I feel, except maybe Hades, that was the boring peachy shade, I was in love with all the lipstick shades. The red, the orange red, the plum, the hot pink magenta. And again, I just love this for the packaging. I mean, I put the boxes all away in the PR kit. I'm gonna keep the makeup as is in like a separate box just so I don't lose everything. But the boxes now are going away. They're going on the shelf. Goodbye. Let me know down below, friends, if you picked up anything from the Disney Villains Colourpop collection, what your favorites were, what you're like, were, and we'll take it from there. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another chit chat tutorial, demo, or review. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Maha, ha, maha. And ultra gold. Hello, Mike. Stop falling. How am I? I am sweating already. Glitterally obsessed spots. And the literally. Okay, you need to be more organized. Oh my god. It's time to get haloed. Goodbye. Goodbye, evil queen. Goodbye. Now we gotta fix that. This is what goes on behind the scene, folks. I took out some of my eyebrow by accident. Didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. No, come back to me. Oh my god. No. And then you. No. Help.